Recently, I made a video on the channel going over who I believe was the best Pokemon of each type, and as you can clearly see on your screens, you guys did not agree with the amount of Mega Evolutions I put in the video, which is fair enough. They are stronger and more powerful than your average day Pokemon. So that got me thinking, why not make the video again and just take out the Mega Evolutions? It would be a completely different list, so that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to be going over who is the best Pokemon of each type, without using any Mega Evolutions, Legendaries, Mythicals, or Ultra Beasts, or anything like that. Now of course, this is all my own opinion at the end of the day, and it's completely cool if you guys disagree with what I say in the video. Don't hesitate though to drop a comment down below about the video, and if you found it interesting or not. Don't forget to leave a like on this video too to show your support, and I'll be sure to bring out a new video very shortly. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to keep up to date, and follow my Twitter to updates about the channel. Both of those links can be found in the description down below. Now without further ado, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you guys enjoy. So starting things off, we have the bug type, and in my opinion the best bug type is Volcarona. Volcarona already has really high special defense and a decent speed stat. Now combine that with Quiver Dance and you've got a very powerful sweeper. It also has a powerful signature move in Fiery Dance which has 80 power and there's a 50% chance to increase special attack. So if you have a Quiver Dance, you get off a Fiery Dance, you got a 50% chance to get even more special attack, you're absolutely laughing. Rock types are of course this Pokemon's worst weakness, but they are relatively slow, and as long as you just got like a good hazard remover for Stealth Rocks, you're good to go. Coming up next, we have the Dragon type. Now, for me, the best Dragon type has to be the pseudo-legendary Garchomp. Garchomp has an incredibly good speed stat and physical attack stat. It does so much damage, it has an incredible move pool, and I just love everything about this Hammerhead Shark Dragon. It just dominates the battlefield. It's one of the best dragons in the game, barring legendaries and things like that, but Garchomp definitely has to be the best Dragon type in my opinion. Next up, we have the Ice type, and for me, it has to be Mamoswine. Mamoswine has a base stat total of 530, with a choking 130 in attack and 110 in HP. Sadly, it does have a speed that is quite low, but it's only 80, and that's still not the worst. It's still a really good wall breaker. Mamoswine is a ground ice in typing, and Thick Fat, its hidden ability, allows Mamoswine to avoid taking super effective damage from fire and water type attacks, two of its weaknesses. So that only leaves it worrying about Grass, Fighting, and Steel, two of which it has stab moves for. Next up, we have the Fighting type, and for me it has to be Lucario. With a Steel Fighting typing, it resists a lot of things, and Lucario's move pool is just out of this world. It learns so many different moves. It can be run as a physical attacker or a special attacker. It has a really good speed stat. This Pokemon is just incredible in the competitive scene. Coming up next, we have the Fire type, and for me it has to be Arcanine. Arcanine has so many things going for it. Firstly, it has access to Stab Flare Blitz that can pretty much demolish anything that's weak to fire types. Water types aren't going to be a problem either because it has an incredible move in Wild Charge, and don't get me started on Max Happiness Return. That thing does hella damage, especially if you're holding a Silk Scarf. And of course it gets one of the best priority moves around in E-Speed. It can also be run as a defensive set thanks to its ability Intimidate. With something like a Rocky Helmet, you're just going to be taking those hits. You got Morning Sun. This Pokemon is just incredible in every stage. Come up next, we have the Flying type, and for me it has to be Staraptor, one of the coolest looking Pokemon that we've ever gazed our eyes upon. Firstly, it gets Reckless as a hidden ability, so Brave Bird has another plus 20% power. That's 120 plus 40%, which is obviously 20% stab and 20% reckless, so 40% of 120 is 48, so a Staraptor with Reckless can deal 168 damage in one Brave Bird, which is so disgusting, but no, it's just an incredibly good flying type Pokemon. Next up, we have the Grass type, and for me it has to be Superior, and that is because of one word and one word only: Contrary. Contrary Superior is incredibly broken. If you don't know what Contrary does, it basically just flips in the stat distributions. So if obviously you get growled at, you lose -1 attack, that would be flipped to +1 attack. And of course, when Contrary Superior usually uses Leaf Storm, it would lose -2 special attack, but it's flipped to +2 special attack. So every time you use a Leaf Storm, you're getting +2 in your special attack, which is absolutely broken at the end of the day. Next up, we have the Ghost type, and for me it has to be Aegislash. Aegislash is just incredibly broken, has 2 forms. King Shield is something we hate going up against. Getting that minus attack stat every time you hit it when it is in King Shield is very risky to play around, and of course it gets really nice moves in both physical and special attack departments. It is just a huge threat in the competitive scene, and I absolutely hate going up against Aegislash, but it's incredible, which is why I do believe it is the best ghost type, barring legendaries and everything like that. Next up, we have the ground type, and for me it has to be Crocodile. Crocodile can be run as a physical sweeper, or it can be run as a bulky mon, and that is all because of Intimidate. Also, it gets Moxie as well, so like I say, you can run it in a physical attacking sense, or a very bulky sense. Also gets a very nice move pool as well. Crocodile is just a very good option when picking a ground type Pokemon, and it won't really do you any wrong. It's a good Pokemon. Next up, we have the electric type, and in my personal opinion, it has to be Jolteon. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon around, but it has an incredible speed stat and an incredible special attack stat as well. When you pair that with things like Thunderbolt and Volt Switch for Switch Initiative, HP Ice for those pesky ground and dragon types such as Garchomp, or the dragon flyings like Salamence, Jolteon is a really good Pokemon. Also gets access to Shadow Ball as well, which of course will do a lot of damage. A lot of people like to specs this Pokemon because it already has such a nice speed stat, and of course it has Volt Absorb as well, allowing you to switch in on those electric attacks. Very risky at the end of the day, but if you can have that Volt Switch immunity, is very nice. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Jolteon. I think it's a really good electric type Pokemon. Next up, we have the normal type, and for me it has to be Porygon 2. This Pokemon was an Eviolite, just is a nightmare. It's just a nightmare. It just doesn't die. It has access to recover as well, so if you nearly get it killed and you're like, oh my god, I'm almost there, it's nearly dead, it's like Porygon 2 use recover, and your just hopes and dreams just fly away out the window because it's just annoying as hell. It also gets access to things like Discharge and Tri-Attack, so he's always trying to get those lucky status elements on you, which is never a good time. Just a very annoying Pokemon to go up against, but it is one of the bulkiest Pokemon around, and Porygon 2 does what it does very well. Coming up next, we have Poison type, and for me it has to be the Pokemon Drapion. Drapion is a very powerful Pokemon. It is lethal with its defensive bulk and has a decent attack stat as well. It's relatively fast and can learn some pretty decent moves. Now for his ability Sniper, which increases the power of critical hits, you can easily use this to your advantage. If you give it a scope lens, it'll increase its critical hit ratio, plus with moves such as, Night Slash or Cross Poison, which already have high critical hit ratios, it'll become pretty hard for the hits to not be critical. Now with both Cross Poison and Night Slash also receiving a stat boost, the move's base power 105, and then with the extra high critical hit ratio, it's quite likely for the hits to become critical, increasing the damage by 2.25 because the Sniper, the base power averages to round about 236. That is damage. Coming up next, we have the Psychic type Pokemon, and for me it has to be Espeon. Espeon has one of the highest special attack stats in the game. It's got a really nice speed stat. It has a very nice ability in Magic Bounce as well, allowing things like Stealth Rocks and Sticky Webs to be bounced back. So whenever you do have an Espeon on your team, your opponent has to be very careful when trying to set up hazards, because you could always just switch in with your Espeon, bounce them right back, and then all they've done is set up hazards on their own side of the field, which is a very good thing for you. But Espeon is just a very good Pokemon in my opinion. Next up, we have the Rock type, and in my opinion, it has to be the pseudo-legendary Pokemon Tyranitar. Tyranitar has incredible bulk, incredible attack stat, a nice special attack stat. It's not the fastest dude out there, but of course it does bring in the sand as well when it does come into battle, meaning its special defense goes even higher because of the boost that Rock types get during sand, and also it can set up Stealth Rocks as well, which is very nice. But Tyranitar is just a very good pseudo-legendary at the very end of the day. Next up, we have the Water type, and in my opinion, it just has to be Greninja because of one word only, Protein. Protein changes your typing for whatever move you use. So obviously, Greninja is a Water Dark type move. Say it used a Ground type move, it would become then a Ground type Pokemon. So that means you get stabbed on every single move that you use. And also, Greninja is a very fast Pokemon, and also has a very nice physical and special attack stat as well. It's not the bulkiest dude out there, but this thing just comes in and sweeps. It is such a good Pokemon, and it's just absolutely broken in my opinion. Next up, we have the Dark type, and for me it has to be Hydreigon, another pseudo-legendary Pokemon. It is a Dark and Dragon type Pokemon and gets access to so many good moves. A lot of people like to Scarf this, or Choice Specs it, or even Band it. It's just got moves going all through the levels. It is just a very good Pokemon at the end of the day. It hits very hard. Like I say, amazing move pool. Not the fastest dude out there, but that's why a lot of people like to Scarf it. But it's still a really good Pokemon at the end of the day. Next up, we have the Steel type, and for me it has to be Metagross. Metagross is a Psychic Steel type Pokemon with excellent attack, excellent bulk, excellent move pool, excellent abilities. This Pokemon is just incredible. It can also set up Stealth Rocks as well. If you want to set up hazards, you can. If you want to be a bulky set, you can. If you want to be a physical attacking set, you can. It gets priority in like Bullet Punch. It gets Meteor Mash. It is just a very, very good Pokemon. Very, very solid choice at the end of the day. Finishing things off though, we have the Fairy type, and for me it has to be Clefable, and that's because it gets two of the best abilities around in Magic Guard and Unaware. Unaware being very nice because it allows you to come in on a Pokemon that is set up, because it basically just stops any stat boost from affecting you. So if it has Dragon Dance like 4 times and then it uses like a Steel type move or whatever, it's gonna just do the normal damage. It's not gonna do +4. And then obviously Magic Guard is very nice because it stops you from taking damage from like Poison and Burn, and then coming in on like Stealth Rocks and stuff. So it's just got really nice abilities around. It's got reliable recovery, it's bulky, it hits relatively hard. Clefable is just a very good Pokemon at the end of the day. But with that though, it does wrap up today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you did enjoy the video though, please do leave a like. I would really appreciate it. Like I said at the start of the video, I would also love to hear your guys' opinions too on this subject, so be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I do have a couple other videos come onto your screen in a second, so be sure to give them a watch if you do have the time, and also subscribe if you do enjoy my content. That's everything from me though, so thank you so much for watching guys. Have an amazing rest of your day, and until next time guys, peace.